little notch, and if you feed it through there,
Yeah.
you can then come around the front, use this key, that's already open,
Alright.
and then just have to wiggle the PC out,
Right.
and then you'll be able to slide it
Put it in there. Okay, that's fine. Super. So there's a wee key which we keep
Yeah, so
in that.
you'll have this one, you'll have a spare one in there,
Right.
but a bit of string and then just loop it on that, leave it.
Right, okay. That's fine.
So in the morning, you'll get this little prompt, basically just asking you to purge the system. So occasionally overnight, your nozzles are sitting and it allows them to dry. This basically just clears it and just clears any dried colourant within the tubes. So if you stick a bucket underneath, there's a little pulley just underneath the shelf. If you pull that out, it moves up and down. So you want this bucket, I'd say, about an inch away from the auto cap, just up there behind this black shield.
Yeah.
So if you lift this up, and the reason for that, you've got sensors on the side. So you'll see little drilled holes behind there, some sensors that basically detect where the can is. If there's no can, it won't let you dispense. So that's all good. So if I just hit OK on that, that should take over the auto cap open. And if you can just look, you'll see how it's coming out. Ideally, you want all the colourant to be in like a straight line, because if it's coming out sideways, you get dried colourant. Basically, the easiest way to do that is just get one of these wipes out of here and just rub the nozzle down. So I'll leave that there. There's a couple more in there. So you just want to click OK and it'll dispense into the bucket, but I'll leave the colourant all inside for now. And then once that's done, it'll basically take you back to this side, the screen. You can either do it through colour or through product, but the end result's going to be the same.
Well, can you see the list of products that are there?
Let's see. So we've got all these products here, so this is just the generic list of all of them. Then you can categorise it if you need to.
Yeah, but that material can be tinted TC15. What else can it do apart from TC?
Colour enhanced,
Colour enhanced? Does it do colour enhanced?
I'm not 100%. I'll have to double check that one. But again, you can either click that little leaflet thing, and you'll get.
To me, that's colours there, isn't it? That's sort of saying when you say type there, it's obviously saying
your
it's
products. And then if you click into it,
but see that RAL.
That's a colour.
That's a colour. It's not. So it's obviously a colour range. So it's asking you there, where are you taking your colour from? Are you taking it from the standard TC15 ranges, or
yeah?
you taking
So your silicone TC15.
Yeah.
If I just select that, and then they are your colour sections.
Yeah.
So TC15, your RALs, and your NCS. You can either have it in a full list view. Basically, you just want to just search the code if you know it, or if you're looking for something particular, you can just click that, and it'll take you to the section straight away.
If you were to use the RAL, does it automatically save that? Can you save that recipe in?
What is there like a custom?
Yeah, if you were to put a custom RAL number in for a recipe, you could do save, so you could save that.
History. You need to look at a certain. If the custom comes in, it's like, oh, I did this colour on this day, but you don't know the formula. You can then go here, search it by item ID, order, modification, or search in a parameter, and then you'll get that. Local formulas. I think that's just one that we selected, but I think they are your custom ones. I think I clicked OK, so it's saved that as a custom one. So again, you can search by the name, and then it'll go through quantity, size, base, and how many you're doing.
So it does a 3 kilogram one then?
That's the wee sample pots that we normally knock up for to do sample panels.
Yeah.
You can get them from Kilwaughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll need bases for 3 kilograms as well then. And
Yeah.
Okay, as well as the bigger ones.
To be fair, any time I ever wanted one, I just sent an email across the water and they would ship it out to me.
Can I just
dispense your colours? So down, sorry, let me just show you that again. Down here, there's a little red box. The software is new, so everything might not be fully there. But down there is where your maintenance and levels will be. So all your levels of colourant currently in the green.
Mhm.
CX10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. They're all canisters that, oh wait, number 6, not CX10, that aren't being used.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future, K-Ren decides to start using more
Yeah.
colours, they can just easily add them. But if I just select on there, so you currently got 941 mils. You've got a,
This is a particular colour?
yeah, so this is
GH3,
GH3.
Yeah.
So you've got a warning level,
Uh-huh.
which is set, and you can adjust those. So I'll just put that back to, I think it was about there.
Okay.
Maybe it'll get off my mouse. No, it won't. Let me just cancel that. Yeah, so you've got your warning level, reserve level.
Mhm.
If you're doing, I'd probably advise, if you're filling it up, I'd use the whole litre. Just makes everything a little bit easier.
So the canisters hold 2.5 litres?
2.5, but I wouldn't fill the
But
full.
the refills come in what sizes?
I think they are litres.
Litres, okay. Right, okay.
So you've got your refill. So if you've put a litre in, this is currently set to 1,000 mils anyway.
Yeah.
So you just hit the little bottle on the right, that'll update the current level, and then if you're just doing that one, you can click save, and then that's it. If you're doing multiple, it's probably best to save them after one. Because,
I do it and save it.
yeah, just it saves you accidentally clicking off and trying to figure out which ones you've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll update the current level.
Is there any way, we need to look at what tints we actually need to bring in, and obviously that's going to be reflected in the list of, I think there's about 20 odd standard colours from the TC15. Is there any way of, because what I'll be asking you, Tam, is can you tell me what tints we need for them?
Yes,
Does he need to go into every individual colour and say, right, that's GH3, blah, 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 note it down, go into the next colour? Because I want to know what range of colours, for instance, do any of them require is there any other colours missing from there, which we need for, I mean, how many tints are in there at the moment?
What, in the canisters or in the boxes?
No, in the actual machine, how many?
11.
Yeah, so you'll have 16 circuits, 5 circuits aren't being used, so you'll have 11.
Right,
tolerance
okay, so
total.
right, okay. Now, if we need, I assume, does that cover the full TC15 range, do we know?
I would believe so, yeah.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, okay. So it's really 11, 12, 13, 14 and 6 can be filled up with another tint should it be required.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'll tend to use them as you go along, and you'll start to figure out ones that you use more than
Yes.
others.
Yeah.
Um,
And how long does a tint
last,
keep in there for? How,
it depends really on the conditions. So right now this is kind of just below room temperature. It's quite cool, which is, you don't want it freezing, because then your colourant in your tubs will start to
yeah.
just go a little bit rubbish. The canisters themselves, I think they can last a little bit longer because they've got stirrers in there.
Yeah.
So occasionally, I think it's like maybe once every half an hour, it'll stir it for about 2 to 5 minutes just to keep that.
So when these have been filled up, do they fill them up? Do they take them out, or do they just leave them in there?
So you'll leave that in there. So as it's being poured over, you've got paddles just down the side.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I'd probably say no higher than half of the highest panel
okay.
or paddle on there, just save the overflowing.
Okay.
But you'd leave that in there. If you do manage to take that out and say you misplace it,
Mm.
you do have empty canisters, so you do have ones you can just pop in there. But if you just use them, I just contact the office and just say, can you get some more?
Okay.
Some canisters are bigger than others, so you'll have a 5 litre, which are for like your whites and your
Alright.
primary colours that you'll be using, and then the rest are your 2.5s. So that's why this level is slightly different. So you double that, your white here, well, it's the same amount as these ones, but
So that's
just
telling you the capacity in that one.
Yeah,
Can
so
it
let's
just shows a
click
change
that.
on it then.
it shows
Ah.
5,000,
Right. Okay.
which is 5 litres.
And see if for any reason, this is a tough question. See if we set some up and we needed to change another colour into a 5 litre, which is a currently 2.5 litre. Do you clean them or what do you do?
Yeah. Not 100% because these canisters, because it's like it's a metal template on top,
Mhm.
so it's not like you can just swap out a
Right.
2.5 or a 5.
Mhm.
There'd have to be some talk between the
Ca-
key-rend and...
Can you see what ones are actually 5 and what ones? Oh, they're doubles.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
So
yeah.
you'll see by the
Yeah.
size
Yeah.
of them.
Right. So the double ones are the 5s. The singles are the 2.5s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
that's
you've got about 3 in total. Yeah, you've got 3 5 litres, and then the rest are...
And do we know what the
2.5s.
11, 12, 13s and 14s are?
They're just empty.
I know. Do we know what size they are though?
2.5s.
They're 2.5s. And the
Yeah.
6 is a...
6 is also... that's a 5 litre.
That's a 5.
which
Okay.
is
So we've got
small.
1 5 spare and the rest are 2.5s.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You can see the full
Yep.
range there.
Okay.
I'll just jump back into this. Yeah, so canister details, canister capacity, warning level. So you got 500ml warning level.
Mhm.
Reserve is 300. Colourant batches. I'm not sure on this version it'll ask you for a colourant batch, but there's a little number on the tint. So when you
Mhm.
fill it up, you click your little plus on the bottle. It might pop up with a window, basically saying this is the colourant, and then asking for a batch number. That's
Mhm.
basically to say if there's anything wrong with a batch of that particular colourant, then if multiple stores are having it, then it's like a factory
Yeah.
thing. You know what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say? That's just information that's probably just handy in the long run, just in case.
Okay.
Refill history again. The last time this particular canister was refilled and how many times it's been refilled in the past
Okay.
6 months. So let's go to this next tab. So this screen is where you'll be not most of the time, but a considerable amount. So the initialization and reset. Basically, if your machine's having issues, and say your power's gone off or something, and the machine's not communicating, you can come in here and you can just click initialize and reset, and it'll basically just check all the canisters are there plugged in, all the pumps are in the correct place. But I doubt you'll ever need that. This one, however, auto cap. So I just drop this. So to access the sponge needs to be checked every morning. It needs to be damp, not like soaking wet, because basically it just absorb that little tiny bit of colourant at the end of the dispense.
Mhm.
But if your sponge is dry, it'll basically just
Is this for cleaning the?
form of rock.
Is this for cleaning the? What do you call it? The
Jets.
Jets. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
So it's just a sponge, a wet sponge. Is
Yeah.
that? All right. Okay.
Not soaking, but just damp. So
Yeah.
once you click open on here, this little bar here, if you grab that and you go anti-clockwise, it'll drop down.
Okay.
So at the minute it probably is a little bit dry because it's been sat over the weekend, but you've got spare sponges in there. You can, because this is just sat on top, you can just scrape off and reuse it.
Right.
As long as you keep on top of your sponge, clean it every day, you'll get a good amount of time out of this. So I'll take that out at the end and redo it. But basically,
How many sponges are spare then?
I think you've got about 8 or 9
Right.
in there.
How often would you change it?
If you look after it well,
Mm-hmm.
you could probably get about 1.5 to 2 weeks out of a
Okay.
sponge.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so this just goes back up there, just at the angle, and then clockwise.
Okay.
That locks it in.
Right.
And then if you click close on there, and then you can start dispensing
So that process is done every morning then?
every morning. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Fine.
And then I just go to this. So this is just purge options. You won't need to do anything in here unless you're having an issue with a particular colourant. Say you've got air in the system because you ran it too low. Basically, coming here, you will just set the amount. But before any of this, I'd call our help desk because
Yeah.
they'll know what to do. But they'll ask you to set an amount, 10, 15, 20, and then you'll just tick the individual box. And then if you click purge selected, it'll then purge that exact amount into a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd only do that if our help desk team would advise you to do it. This, if you get any errors with the machine, you'll have a code, you'll have a description, and an object number. Basically, just useful for help desk because they can narrow it down to what the issue is because they've got a bunch of error codes.
Mm-hmm.
But again, help desk will tell you what to do.
You've got hands free for it, yeah. Okay.
Dispensing options, you won't need to know any about that. That's basically our side. Again, this is the purge settings. It basically says 1 mil of purging a day. But again, you won't need to do anything in there. And the same for that.
Is that standard every day? Do you have to purge a mill?
Purge, yeah.
So
It'll do it automatically. You just click OK, stick a bucket underneath, make sure it touches the sensors, and it'll do everything for you.
And do we purge all?
It'll do a mil of every circuit.
Okay, so it just
that.
cleans the head basically.
Yeah. So you'll.
Was that bit when you started? They all sort of.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
So you'll end up just that every day.
Yeah.
Best thing to do is probably do the purge, because you can't use the machine without purging it,
Mhm.
and then do your sponge.
Okay.
So then any like last bit of colouring will be on that sponge and just wash it away.
Can the
Okay.
sponges be washed? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you just take them away and wash them?
Yeah. Yeah, you probably get about 2 weeks out of them, but as long as you keep on top of them,
Yeah.
you can use them for a considerable amount of time. So yeah, if I just go back to the machine settings, that's fine. This is just an order queue, but I've not seen anyone use this before, so it's basically any orders that you've had, you need to queue them,
Yeah.
someone to come into them and just say, oh, can you just do a bunch of orders, the orders will be there, but what I'll do is I'll just delete them for now, and then that'll be just a summary of everything that you've dispensed. But other than that, that's it, that's all you need to know.
Just because we maintenance here, what about kind of lockdown? See if we were, for instance, Christmas, we're shutting for a couple of weeks, is there any certain procedure, does it get left on? Do you know?
I leave it on, yes, because no matter what, these canisters will always be staring, and that basically just keeps the colour inside agitated and not like solidify over time, which I've seen in it.
Just go through your normal morning checks
Yeah.
and come back? Yeah, that's fine.
That's it. Nothing else wrong.
And so, see when we can you just show me the procedure once we feed the data cable into that? What does he do, or how does he tell the machine that he's now connected up to the internet?
The PC will do it automatically.
Does it? Right.
It's a wired connection, so it'll just pick it up, and then any software updates, database updates, you'll get them automatically.
Okay. So it looks as though it's on TC15 it's doing at the moment. Then.
At the moment,
Yeah, we'll talk to Jason about
to
that.
see
Yeah.
about the colour enhance.
Yeah. Okay.
For your shaker, this whole thing. So this.
Now, sorry, it's set up for the silicon TC15. What about primer?
I'm not 100% of what databases are on this.
Because
at
if
the
you're
minute.
going to do a blue, if you're going to do a
Yeah.
blue, you need a blue primer or a green primer.
Yeah.
So there's no much point in tinting a blue if you can't give them a primer.
Yeah. So I need to talk.
Yeah.
Need to talk
So-
to Jason about that then. Okay.
So we need to talk about primer and we need to talk about TC15.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Colour
colour
enhance.
enhance.
Yeah. Okay.
And even K-paint for that matter.
Yeah.
You know.
Unless you just manually put in a RAL code for that, that's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
They'll just give you a code to this
Yeah.
for that.
And that might be what you need to do
Yeah.
for the primer and the colour enhance. They'll maybe give us a cross reference.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just maybe already
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
pre-populated.
Yeah, and it's just that center.
So this is your shaker. You got an emergency stop on the left, so if you start to hit something that's not quite right, you push that in and it'll stop absolutely everything. And then to release it, you just pull it. If you're loading tints and you just dispensed it, I'd probably pull that out. It's just a little lever, just allows you to put it on instead of having to get it in and stuff like that. Once that's in, you'll slide that back until you hear that click, and then just a little tug. This door will close. It does tend to slam if you let go of it. And then on here, there's already some presets made, so it'll determine the weight, and if you click auto, it'll clamp it, it'll like determine the weight of it and how long it needs to go on for.
Okay. So we don't need to put any timing on it. It does it. So set.
Should be fine with that.
The one thing Jason did say to us is after the tint's been done, he reckoned we take the lid off with the tint will be sitting on the top of the colour, the base. He reckoned we should trowel over it to sandwich it so it doesn't splatter in the top of the lid and dilute its thing well. So that's something that we're going to need to do. So once it comes out of there, we need to take the lid off, give it a wee flip with a trowel so it's all enveloped, and then put it in there for its full. Okay. So and then put it on there. Basically, put it to auto.
Click auto, and it'll detect the weight.
So it knows it's a 3 kilogram or a
Yeah,
whatever.
it will know the difference between that
All right.
weight,
Okay.
and then it'll do, I don't know what, like 3 kilo or 25, but it's used a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Right.
Another thing you might
Right.
want to
Just-
get, because you'll have handles on your buckets, you want to like reduce the noise, just get a bit of tape, put over the handle, and
Okay.
basically just stops it from rattling about and making a horrendous noise.
Yeah.
And once that's done, you'll see this little lock here. That basically says that this door is unlocked. Once it's in inside shaking, it'll lock. So you can just
So once it starts shaking, can you open that door?
pull that out, lift off, and
No
then
way you can open it, so that's
Just
an
do what you
emergency
need to
stop.
Yeah.
So but you can't open it while it's shaking then.
no,
Yeah, that's
it
fine.
will lock.
Yeah, okay.
If it does open while it's shaking, you've got an issue.
Uh-huh.
But this machine's brand new, so you'll have
This one is a
no
fast
issues.
program,
Yeah.
Okay.
or if it's something wrong, like the emergency stop.
Okay.
So if something did, just on that, Brian, if something did go wrong and you had to hit the emergency stop, will that automatically then allow the door to open?
The door won't open straight away. It will align the tin and the bucket,
Yeah.
so you can open it, pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a leaky tin, then you just pull it out, clean it, and just do what you need to do.
Mhm.
It's okay.
You need to make sure the lid. Oh no, the lid will be on because it
Right.
gets pushed in,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd
okay.
always make sure the lid is firmly on before you put it in,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
just to
we'll
rely
give you
on
a
the
Yeah.
mallet.
because although it is a clamp, it's also a pressure sensor.
Yeah.
How much pushes down. Yeah.
So we don't need to know what the plus and minus buttons are, or are these in
I'm
it?
not 100% what they are. I'll give our
Right.
guy at the shop a call and just double check what they are, because I've only installed a couple of these,
Mhm.
and it's always with someone else, so I usually get the introduction and I just stand there
Mhm.
and nod.
And I take it if we're doing multi-thingies here, we get a print for everyone every
Yeah.
time it mixes it.
Yeah.
Gives us a new print on it. Okay. All right.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, you've got this key. Just keep that safe somewhere. But you've got more colourants down there. You've got again, you've got a spare key, sponge. There'll be some sponges tucked down the side. Manual for this machine, and then a manual for this if you're interested in reading them.
Okay. So-
I'll just read them.
So the only maintenance we're basically doing it is doing a purge in the
Purge
morning
and
and watching the sponge. That's the things that we need to do. And did you say wipe the if we observe that they're not coming down straight, we might need to give the jets a wee
yeah,
clean.
a little clean with
Yeah.
the wipes there.
Yeah.
There's also wee brushes to get up into the nozzles
Yeah,
as
they're like
well.
little pipe cleaners. You can get them from our office, and that just basically agitates any dry colourant, and then next time you purge it, just spits it straight out, and
Yeah.
you're back to normal.
Okay.
That's it.
Any questions?
Tape for the reserve, is that up to yourselves with the tint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get that from our office as well.
Yeah.
I think anything for the machine, besides like your colourants and your erasers, will come from our office.
Yeah.
Those sponges.
How many labels do they have? How many labels come with it?
I don't think any rolls came with it. I mean, I wasn't given any, but you've got, I'm not sure how many exactly, but you've got quite a few in there. So if you want to get a bunch, so you've got them
Yeah.
ready,
Yeah.
then it's best to do
And
that.
does that just come on a roll?
So I'll just write
Right.
that.
Okay. So
That's exactly
Right.
what the job done.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I just take that out,
The biggest stuff in it.
Yeah.
so you stick it on the roll. You want this side up because it reads those little black
Yeah.
boxes. So you just stick the roll between those two little guides, and then underneath there, you stick it
Okay.
in, press the button, and basically just calibrate it for you.
Okay.
I'll put these videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay. Okay, it seems.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right, can I stop this and is there any questions on it? Is there-
Yeah.
And then
Up for your bases as well.
oh, so you take it up with your
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the
every-
sensors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah.
if it goes to scoot outside the ways, it stops it going over the machine
Yeah.
as well if it's up
Mhm.
high.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Seems fine. Okay. And I take it, obviously the standard TC colours are in the machine at the moment.
Yeah.
So that would, I take it the data thing is just to update the actual,
Yeah.
it's not required to actually contact them every time to find out what the colour of linen is.
No, it'll
Right,
be
yeah.
any updates. If you update a formula, if you add new colourants or
Right,
if
okay.
you remove colourants, it can all be done remotely.
So that really just allows you guys obviously to look at the machine from wherever you are as well, I take
Yeah,
it.
so there's I think it's on it. It usually is. Maybe not. Maybe I think it's. Oh well, the team view was on there, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, so they can see what
we
we're
can have
doing.
remote access.
So once we have that one. And what about the help desk number? Where is the number on there anywhere?
It's not in there. I'll write it down somewhere for you, and then you can just stick it on the machine if you have
Okay.
any issues. There's no passwords for your Windows login or an Overtint,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll be okay for that. That's it.
And what did you say
What's
this?
the wee shopping basket for?
That. Well, there's nothing in there, but it's basically orders. So if you queue a bunch of orders, someone else come do,
Okay.
or order summaries that have been done that way.
But we'll be placing the order from that side, from the office side. That'll then talk to this and tell us and put the order into the basket.
No, I
No.
don't think that's what. I think it's just orders locally.
So
Right,
if
so
I
we've
was
just
to come
got-
out in the morning and say I want him to do $15, I can put it in there. That's what it's for,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to do that, but that's what it's for.
Yeah, yeah.
And tell me where we go if we want to find out how much a tin of. I mean, Jason gave us some indicative costs, but if we wanted to put in a, obviously once we know the prices of the tints, if we want to put into the machine the basis of a pot tint of TC15, what screen do we go to put
I
input there?
think that is in the settings. I'd probably stay out of the settings as much as possible
Right.
because there's a lot of stuff going on there. Well, if I just have a quick look, so you'll have, yeah, you've got all like these prices here: base price, colour, and cost.
Yeah.
I'd probably just leave out of that for now. If you do want to make an adjustment in the future, obviously just contact our head office and
Yeah.
they'll
I
be
mean,
able to remote on and take
Is it set at the moment, i.e. is somebody put some sort of price in at the moment? If you go into a standard colour, I mean,
Let's have a look.
yeah.
That's just that's not even a colour because it's white.
There's no pricing on it.
That's the price zero there.
I think that's because it was a white one. If
Yeah.
I just do colours away, 3,
Yeah,
so 0.33. I'm not sure what that would be.
Edit
in relation
formula.
to, but
Can you just go into oh no, we don't want to, sorry, we don't want to edit formula.
No.
So if we wanted, right, okay, at some stage I might need to sort of say to them, how do we make, as a double check, I mean, we've got Jason telling us what the costs are, but we should be able to put in the tin
Yeah.
costs and we would therefore check it. Everyone's coming out at, okay. We can get that from the help desk.
Yep.
Okay, once we're up and running. Okay. Alright. And is that a special, are they special types or wipes, or are they just sort of,
multi-purpose cleaner wipes, but they work really well with the paint. It's the ones that we make ourselves.
right, so we're going to need to get some things like,
And what do we use them for? Just to clean the jets?
Yeah, you clean the jets, clean the machine down if it's starting to get a bit paint everywhere. Just like general maintenance.
and you reckon we should keep the machine on all the time?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
If you do have like a power outage, just try and get the machine runs as quick as you can.
Okay.
Just so those stairs are constantly agitating the colour.
So home takes us back to the,
Yeah. So home takes it back.
what's the bin, is that just,
bin, I think that just clears the whole order.
yeah,
And if you say you've done a dispense but you've run out of labels, you've refilled your labels but you still need it, just click that little button up there. It'll give you a preview. That'll be the template, and then it'll just print it out for you.
okay,
But I'll just cancel that to save you some labels. And that's it.
okay. Okay.
Right. So that's maybe that
Yeah.
Wait, all that sort of first. Right, and maybe get that marker that'll show us, you know, what'll be perfect size. antique white, yeah. That's quite a common one.
Is it okay?
Just look at it.
Yeah, 25 kilo. Nice one, yeah. So, and then just dispense.
So we give you a label, you'll
Yep.
just click OK on that.
Yep.
Or print.
Yeah, is that print? Yeah.
So I'll give you the label,
Yep.
and then again, you just click OK. You'll start dispensing.
So,
Okay.
okay. It's about one more water.
You've went and spread it about.
That's a bit more water than I
Right.
thought. Geez, right. That's a bit of work with master, I think nothing.
How long does the shaker shake it for?
It depends on the size.
25 kg.
I think it'll between. Well, we'll find out now, but I think it's about 5 minutes, or
Yeah.
a little bit longer.
I was just wondering, Tom, if it's worth shaking it before
Yeah.
you tint it.
Aye,
You
aye,
shake
aye.
like that.
Aye, to
You
get
say
the water
Dave?
in.
So you take that.
Auto.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just go spike it in, just put this in.
Same lot, yeah. There we go, that's
There we
it's
go.
fine, yeah, it's that button as well, so auto in the car. Sure, I'm at 52.
John Boyd.
Yeah, it's basically just making sure it's upright,
Yeah.
so you can slide down and take that on an angle.
Right,
Aye. Aye.
And then
Alright? No, no. It's solid. Alright, right, no bother. Cheers, buddy. Thanks, Bye bye. Eh?
Right, do you want your official certificate, Tom?
That's it.